lifestyle images are painfully expensive and one of the most important part of your Amazon listing. If you don't do this right, you are losing sales. If you do this right, you have to pay most of the time a lot of money or use some stock photos that always look not perfect at all. These times are over. With Nano Banana, Gemini 3 and a little bit of Canva magic and of course some preparation and some prompt stuff, we are able to create professional studio grade lifestyle images for our products within a few hours of work, without paying thousands of dollars to photographers or other professionals. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going about this, my current workflow of creating them. Let's start. Let us first start with our assets. It's like 7 or 8 years old, so nothing fresh. The product's still the same. Now we have our context information. Most important part about our context information is the pain points, and especially the part benefits for this persona. So we are connecting the features to the pain points. It has to be described for the AI so it knows that if it generates our images and scenes, that it actually fits the correct pain point and the correct image. Then as next step, our scene images. So we are first generating scenes out of the context. I have done this in the last video with N8N, but you can do it by hand as well. You just have to place in the context and tell the AI to make scenes for a specific image. It's basically what the N8N automation I've shown last time does. Now we have the images. These are the images for the scenes that we will be working with. So I generated several. This is how they look. We are not going to create everything for all of them. Those are just those that I liked most. So I like to create a lot of them and then pick the ones that I like most. Here a little bit more from the last run I've done. I even used some of them this time. And what we also are going to need, of course, is Canva. This is what we are going to create out of this image, just to show you where we are going with this. There are a lot more. I'm going to show it to you later. So this is the pre-work you need to do. You need some sceneries, some scenery images. You need the context, so the product information, the client information, pain points, and so on. And you need the product image itself. I've been doing it in Google AI Studio because it is a little bit easier. You have here like a resolution, aspect ratio, temperature that you can set up on the side. You don't have it in the normal Gemini chat window. That's why I like to work here a little bit more. You have to connect an API key to do it. What I've actually done is just put in the images that we generated before. So we take the scenery, we take the image and tell the AI to put the cable in the image. It doesn't do always what we want. That's why I've chosen also this example, because it did something that I didn't want to. So I had to specifically tell it twice to not change the product, and then again to not change the perspective of the cable. The cable should be in the same perspective as we have here, more or less. And now when we have the final image, this is an image I can work with. So we can just give the AI the next scenery and just tell it to put the product into the next scenery, and done. It's as simple as that. If we have done the work before, the work now to create those images is not anymore that difficult. The most important part is to have the sceneries, to have the idea what we are going to do, to have the product image, and do not try to do everything at once. Try to do it step by step. You get great results. Well, now with this, the same thing, and it does the exact same thing. If we have prepared everything right, then it will go easy. Now I even created a new scenery. I just give it a prompt just like that without much thinking about it. I like the scenery, but the problem is if you add an image to it, then it messed completely the size up. So the cable is not as big as it is here. That's why what I've done is change the perspective and change the scenery a little bit to fit more what I want. I wanted to have the same perspective, so I told it to change the perspective and give me more or less the same scene as here, or a similar one. And now we have the right scene. Because I have an aspect ratio of 1:1, I got it in 1:1, so it is a square, not a rectangle as it was here. When I placed the product into it, just again told it to place the product into it, and it was done. Now it works very well. Now again, we have done the same thing. We change the perspective so it fits first. Now we have the perspective and the aspect ratio right, and we added then the product, and now it looks great again. And these are the products that we will be working with. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. If you don't watch out and have the wrong image, then it doesn't fit correctly. I'm just testing here stuff out, and I didn't like the image. I didn't use it at the end because it looks completely wrong. Because again, we generated actually this image for another picture, which might fit better into the scenery. And it's still AI, so sometimes it does strange stuff. Now we have made our images. Okay, the last step is actually kind of easy. Now we need some nice text. These texts are also completely AI generated. If you have done the pre-work with the context, it's just a matter of generate me 5 distinct bullet points or headings for my images, because it will already know your product, it will know already the pain points you are trying to solve, so it's not a problem anymore. A prompt doesn't have to be perfect anymore. If you have the context right and it has all the information that it needs, then it's a matter of just telling it what to do and it will do mostly the right thing. Now, these are our final images. I am actually keeping those. I might change a little bit the text. Now it's a little bit fine-tuning, but I am keeping those and I'm going to upload those because in my opinion, they look great. This is another one I generated. This is all generated images. Nothing was shot from this. In a few hours of work, I am able to do something in a very, very high quality, which took me days before and a lot of money for photographers. There you have it. Those are our images. Out of this picture, we make something like this. If you compare those two, it's like night and day. It's by no means a professional photograph. And this is the studio grade photographs that we can get out of it. All right, folks, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If you have done the work before, and if you have made your research what your client actually cares about, then it's not a problem to put your product image into some really nice scenes or create the scenes themselves. It's just a little bit of prompting and creating a workflow that actually produces the output that you want to have. The better the input, the better the output. That's why we work a lot on the context itself, on the blueprints and all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in how I did it and you didn't see the last video, check it out. I'm going to link it here. Next time I'm going to show you how to take these sceneries and the scenes and the images that we have built right now and make a nice product video out of it. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe and like if you liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.